Yo, welcome, lords and ladies of the realm. Welcome to the kingdom. It's your boy, E the Prince. All right, today we're gonna touch some wordplay that's just come down through the Aeons or the Yugas, the time as we know it. We're gonna touch on some things that I realized a little while ago, and I just thought it was a funny coincidence. I'd like to get your thought of it. It's to do with the Gnostic story of Eve and the archons, Adam. So I have a little excerpt to read here, just a couple little paragraphs, and then we'll get into it. In the beginning was a realm of harmony and concord. Then something happened. A rupture occurred, and the world we know was born. A chief ruler reigned in this world and thought he was the only one. A voice came from the divine realm, contested him. You are wrong, Samael. He and his followers were disturbed by this. They decided to entrap and control this world beyond them, or entrap and control this power beyond them. So they decided to create a human to seduce it. So they created Adam. But though they huffed and they puffed, they could not enliven him. Adam remained still on the ground. The divine realm saw Adam and wisdom, decided to send down her daughter, Life, to help him. Life, also called Eve, seeing Adam still on the ground, said to him, Adam, live, arise from the ground. And Eve's word became a work. Adam rose and opened his eyes and said, You will be called mother of the living, for you have given me life. The ruler saw Eve talking to Adam and became jealous. And they made a plan, saying, Let us grab her and grape her, so she can no longer return to the divine realm. But let's not tell Adam, so he will have dominion over her. Eve knew their plan and laughed at them. She entered and became the tree of knowledge, leaving a shadow of herself behind. The powers entered her and defiled her. This was the beginning of marital intercourse. But the rulers erred, not knowing they had defiled their own body. They told Adam and Eve to eat of any tree except the tree of knowledge. The wise serpent came along and said, Do not be afraid. In death, you will not die, but when you eat, your minds will become sober, and you will know the difference that exists between evil humans and good. He said this in jealousy, so you wouldn't eat from it. Eve had confidence in these words, so she took some fruit from the tree, which the divine Eve went into and became. They ate, then their minds opened. When they became sober, they recognized each other and loved each other and knew the rulers were like beasts and loathed them. And through their love and partnership, Eve birthed children who would become the saviors of humanity, delivering the people from the worldly rulers. Now, I had a thought some time ago about, let's call the word mother lover, right? We all know what I'm getting at when I say that. Instead of lover, let's put a F-bomb in there, you know? It's funny to me that phrase You never hear it the other way. Father lover, father effer. It's funny to me that it's come through time, and it's almost like a little secret or a little hint to me that mother lover. And in this story, Eve, if you know the Gnostic story, which there's a couple different variations, but Pistis Sophia is one of the Aeons and has a counterpart, and she wants to make something on her own. And when she does that, it creates the Yaldabaoth character, who then creates the world, the material world, because she sees it and knows it's an abomination and sets it off to the side. And that's where the whole, I think Samael means the blind one. She calls him Samael. And I mean, he has many names. But then I believe in there he can see like a reflection of heaven, or he knows that there's other stuff out there after a while. And so he makes archons. And then, so essentially, Pistis Sophia sends her daughter or a piece of her down to deal with all this. And so it's funny to me that we have that word mother lover, that then, and then there's another one with it where you hear the word bastard. And to my knowledge, that's always meant a male child or a man that doesn't have a father. And I think most people assume or think, first off, you never hear it. There's not a woman version, as far as I know, and it's always used towards a man. So it's funny to me in this story that Pistis Sophia created something with only her feminine energy and not her counterpart. She didn't include her counterpart in it. And so this Samael or Yaldabaoth would be the first bastard because the counterpart wasn't in with it. And then later on in the story, they want Eve to be dominated by Adam. And in doing so, they also try to grape her so her divine essence can't go back, right? So they're mother lovers. So I've always just, and not always, it's been some time where it just hit me one day and I was thinking, because I had heard about some of the Gnostic stuff, and it was just interesting to me. And then it's interesting also that we think of a bastard in our terms or in our world or in old English days or whatever. That's, I feel like, when you hear it thrown around the most. Nowadays it's just kind of an insult or whatever, but that was a term for a male child, a man that didn't have a father. And obviously that doesn't mean that they didn't have a father, they don't have one in their life or around. But I think it's gone through the time as a little wink or nod. And it's odd. We use these terms and these sayings. Why has that made it through like that? Mother lover and bastard. And then when you look at this story, it seems to click in. Yaldabaoth, Samael, the blind one, was the first bastard. And then sent his minions because Pistis Sophia wanted to make right the wrong that she had done. And in the story, like I say, they grape her. So I just thought that that was interesting. I'd like to get your thoughts about it if you're into Gnosticism, or if you have any thoughts about it, if you've heard the story, if you haven't heard the story. Let me know. Leave your thoughts. Don't leave your thoughts. Have a great day. Remember, Christy Toby, love you.